I couldn't find the hole for a minute.
That sounds like a personal problem.
That's what he said.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. And guess what? My headphones are tangled again.
You know, this is day 2 of your headphones being so tangled up you couldn't figure it out.
I need to be better prepared. The minute I hear, so I get my headphones out, maybe I'll start putting them in when I get here.
We need a longer show open. That's the real moral of the story.
I know. God forbid I plug my headphones in the minute I get here. Nope, we need a longer show open so that my headphones can be ready.
Right.
Hey, y'all, guess what today is? It sure is Friday, and we are excited to kick off the weekend at 7:45 with the legendary Friday Free for All.
Woo-woo.
I got a text message from my friend and show co-host Loren at 11:30 last night.
Yes.
You must be shot this morning, or you're shot out of a cannon this morning and just feeling good, all hopped up on caffeine. What's going on? What were you doing out so late?
All of the above. So I went home yesterday and took a 2-hour nap, and it was glorious.
All right, that's good.
So I knew I was going out with a bunch of my girlfriends last night. We went to the grand opening of a new place called Beat the Bomb.
The Crazy Girl Crew.
The Crazy Girl Crew.
Yep.
Legit. The girls that I went to Kiowa with where I knocked out my tooth. And
the girls that were at gay bingo with us
right.
that stole the show.
And then my best friend who is in town from Australia came with us. And our nanny came with us too. So she got to see all
the craziness.
Yes.
Maybe now she understands why you're so exhausted all the time.
Yeah. So for the very first time, she got to witness all of the craziness. But so we go to this grand opening last night, and like my crew rolls in, and like we just bring a different energy. I don't know what it is, but you
bring that rap horn energy.
Yeah, we do. And we come in hot, right? So we're in there for like, I don't know, maybe 7 minutes. We're like high-fiving people. We're like talking to everybody, getting drinks in the bar, getting checked in.
You know who you are. You know who you are. You're an SNL skit. Like you're an SNL skit. You're the girls on an SNL skit that are so lit and get the party started no matter where you go, no matter what the event is.
Yes.
Like you're ready for Domingo.
Yeah, we're ready for Domingo for sure. So we go in and like, we're there for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, and people are starting to like gravitate toward us, and they're like, hey, Loren, are you hosting? Is this a Kiss event? And like, we're like, no, we're just here for the party. But we had so much fun. And then like the people who worked there were like vibing that we were vibing. Mm-hmm. So they got us a table and a bay, and like, it was cool.
I think they're advertising with us, aren't they?
I think so.
Yeah, they are.
Somebody last night said, when they asked if we were hosting, and I was like, no. They were like, oh, well, we heard the commercial on your station. And I was like, oh, news to me.
What's their address? Give them a good plug since they're advertising.
Idea.
I mean, they're in Ballantyne, right?
No.
They're not?
No.
Oh, there's another one in Ballantyne. And I'll talk about that because I don't think they're advertising yet.
Which one? The one in Ballantyne?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. This is on Tri-Clan Drive. I don't know.
How far from your home?
Now you're going to ask me all the hard questions.
Did you guys bus there?
We Ubered.
You Ubered?
Yeah.
Or were you in the Uber for a long period of time?
Yeah, it's closer to Uptown than it is my house.
Okay, so maybe in the South End area. Yeah. I got you. Okay. All right. Beat the bomb. There you go. Nice. Well, last night while you
you know I have no sense of direction. Why would you ask me where it is?
I'm kind like I figured you could say like South Park. South End,
I have
Concord.
No idea. We Ubered. All I know is
Huntersville.
I put the address into the Uber. I had a couple cocktails and I arrived. That's it. That's all I know.
Okay. Sorry for the crazy follow-up. I didn't mean to. And what do you do when you're in there?
So it's kind of like an escape room, the way that they have it set up. And as you go through each escape room, every level or task that you complete, you get extra time to beat the bomb. So then at the very end, you get put into this glass room, by the way, so that everybody can see you get paint thrown at you or slime thrown at you. And I was calling it the shame room last night because if you don't beat the bomb, everybody in the place knows. But we did really well. We did not beat the bomb, but we came so close. And I think if we did it again, we could totally beat the bomb.
Cool. And you can drink and hang out while you're doing it.
Yeah,
all right, nice.
It's a really cool place. It's probably the most fun I've had in Charlotte in a really long time.
Should we take our crew there and go do it? We should, right?
Yeah, 100.
Producer Miguel, our staff, Fly Tom in from New York, and his buddy Tim, who writes for the show. My buddy Dan from New York, who helps us out. He can come in. We'll fly everybody in. Producer Miguel, Big Al. All right.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Well, while you were doing that, I was out to dinner last night for my wife's 40th birthday, and we had actually a pretty funny moment. We went to our favorite little restaurant, Ilios Noche, in Ballantyne, proud supporter of the Autism Strong Foundation and our Secret Santa, and longtime advertiser with the Maney and the Ren Show. Always love taking care of them. Anyway, their food is delicious. I got the crazy lasagna last night, like I always do. And so I reached out to Stratos and Angelo, who run the place, and I was like, hey, it's Amanda's birthday, so maybe, we could do like a nice little cake or something. And they're like, absolutely, we'll take care of it, no worries. So I got there and I said, hey, we have a reservation. And she's like, I don't see a reservation. She's like, I see a reservation for 6. I was like, no, ours is a reservation for 4. And she's like, is this your last name? And I was like, no. She's like, this is what I have for
but
this.
I'll take it.
She goes, this is what I have for the 6 o'clock reservation, and it's a party of 6. I go, that's not us. No big deal. Something messed up. No, they're busy. I should just call, make reservations rather than reach out to the owners of the restaurant to tell them we're coming. So I go and I'm sitting down. Next thing you know, like 10 minutes into my sit down, I get a call and I look at my phone and it says Ilios Noche, and I go, hello, and they go, hi, will you be joining us tonight? I go, I'm already here. I'm in the seat. They're like, oh, Maney? I go, yeah. She's like, oh, sorry. We had you down as Laney or some like other name that we didn't know.
Okay.
So it got crossed.
Okay.
She's like, would you like to move to a different seat? And I was like, no, we're okay where we are now.
Yeah.
Like we already had our cocktails and stuff. And then Angela texted me. He's like, dude, you're in the wrong seat. He's like, I had a nice setup for you in the back for Amanda for her birthday. Yeah. And we were there with the kids. I was like, it's fine. We're great.
Yeah,
Don't worry. The service is awesome. So they brought out some nice desserts. We had good dinner and stuff. But the kids, it's hard when you go out like Dean brought his Harry Potter book and he was reading that for a little while. Then my 6-year-old drops something under the table. Then she goes to get it. Then Dean goes to get it with her. Now they're both under the table. Then they bump their heads. It's always something. You know what I mean?
Always.
And Amanda's like, I wanted a nice family dinner. And it was nice, but she's like, there's always some part of chaos.
Were you ever, because we don't really go out to dinner with our kids because they're feral. But was there ever a time where you had to iPad them up so that you could sit and relax?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Or give them the phones and stuff.
And when does that stop?
So now instead of doing that, we bring stuff bring little cards or bring stuff to draw rather than put them. They still need something.
Yeah.
They can't. Like Dean still at 11 needs his book because he's not in on our conversation all the time. Nor do we want him in on our conversation all the time. So there you have it. There's our lives in one night with Maney and the Rim. I found this interesting. I'm a big fan of TV networks, TV shows, like the cancellation of shows. I find all that real interesting. And now with so many streaming services, there's so many outlets for shows to go to. Like it used to just be NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, CW. Am I missing any? Those are the big ones. And if your show wasn't
ABC,
ABC. If your show wasn't good enough to get picked up by any of those, and you were just sayonara and gone, and your grand opening and grand closing for your show. But now there's so many different shows on networks. I love Tulsa King, and I was just reading. It's a can't beat the rent question for later. But anyway, they're going to renew for seasons 3 and 4, and Tulsa King's on Paramount Plus. Who knows where that is? I have to go find it. But these are the best TV shows that didn't have great ratings for the first season.
What? Okay.
But managed to stay strong.
All right, let's hear it.
Friends.
Really?
Friends, even though it had a great lead-in. Seinfeld was its lead-in for Friends. And Friends, for the first 3 weeks, had really low ratings to the point where they were talking about maybe recasting the show.
Wow. Could you imagine Friends? It's so iconic. Them recasting or doing something differently than they've done.
Yeah, it'd be crazy, right? Parks and Recreation. Parks and Rec, actually, the first season had really bad ratings. And to be honest with you, if you go back and you look at some messages or social media posts about Parks and Rec from back in the day, people couldn't connect with any of the characters. And then they kind of did a reboot, and now Parks and Rec is one of the great shows of all time, I think.
I never really got into Parks and Rec.
It's funny. It's Leslie Knope and Rob Lowe was on the show.
Isn't Chris Pratt in it?
Chris Pratt was on the show. I mean, it was such a good cast.
Yeah.
And what's her name? Of course I'm drawing a blank. From SNL.
Cecily?
No. The blonde. I know. And it's too early. And if it's not here on the paper, I can't think. Seinfeld was also on the list. These are the best TV shows with bad first seasons. Person of Interest. Sex and the City.
Whoa. Another iconic show.
Yeah. Yep. That show started off on shaky ground. HBO wasn't sure after the first 3 episodes if it was going to be signed for another season. Did I say Person of Interest?
Yeah.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is a show that is really, really funny.
I've never watched it, but I heard it's hilarious.
I mean, I watched the first season, and I thought it was great, and then I've just forgotten about it, but I need to go back to it.
There's too many options out right now.
Yeah. Justified is on the list as a show that started off with a bad season, but continued on. And then, like, Star Trek, The Next Generation, and Halt and Catch Fire. I don't know what that is. Angel, I don't watch, but those are all shows that almost weren't.
I think Angel was a spinoff to Buffy the Vampire Slayer back in the day.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Amy Poehler. That's who was on
okay.
Parks
That's
and
who.
Rec.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way,
that is a really good cast.
yeah, I mean, that's a great cast. Aubrey Plaza's on the show, Rashida Jones, Nick Offerman, Adam Scott.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge cast.
Adam Scott's funny.
But you have to put them in the right situation where they can succeed.
Yeah.
Just because you have a great cast doesn't always mean that they're able to sit there and succeed. But somebody texted in and said Yellow Jackets. It's about a soccer team. Yeah, I remember that. That got stranded, and they had to live in the woods, and that's how they survive. It's just super crazy. It's a lot of A-list celebrities in it. It used to just be on Max, but now it's on Hulu, too.
Okay, I'll bite.
Yeah, I remember seeing the previews for that show, Yellow Jackets. Something's happening today at the Beasley Media Group here in Charlotte, and Loren and I won't be there for two good reasons, but they sound like excuses. But we're doing our work Thanksgiving today, and it's been on the books since like early October, and it's like everybody is going. Everybody who works here.
Was it a mandatory thing? Because
No.
Okay, but hold on a second. Hear me out.
I know where you're going to go. Go ahead.
Because a couple years ago, there was a Christmas party that was not mandatory, but then we got in trouble for not going.
Because our boss Quagmire didn't tell us we had to be there.
Right.
Until after, because our big boss Walter got mad that we weren't there.
But it's almost
I remember
like
that.
getting in trouble by your parents, like when they go, well, I just wanted you to want to be there,
Well, that was because we also had clients and they wanted us to be there to thank the clients. But our boss Quagmire didn't tell us.
I had just had a baby. I'm like, guys.
Yeah. Come on. And so today isn't thank you, Quagmire. Today isn't a mandatory thing, but everybody keeps asking us
If we're going, yes.
If we're going. It's at 12:30, which isn't much later than when we leave here. But I legit have a marriage counseling appointment at 11:50, and Loren's got a doctor's appointment at 11:15.
Yeah.
So we won't be able to make it. But if we were going, Loren, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What would you be bringing to our work Thanksgiving?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, because this is my little secret trick. And I tell everybody that I made it from scratch. However, I did not. But Costco has a tray of mac and cheese. So what I do is I buy the tray of mac and cheese, and then I take it home. I put truffle oil on it, mix it up, put it back in the oven, and then call it my own.
Nice.
And it really is a party favorite.
And if you're new to the Southeast down here, and there's nothing better than Southern cooking, really. I mean, the mac and cheese at Costco is so good, but everybody else is going to be bringing food here, and it's all going to be really good. And I'm kind of bummed out that I can't make it because I'd like to be there.
Yeah, me too.
Ask me what I would bring.
What would you bring?
Drinks.
Can we bring cocktails to an event like this?
Oh, sure. I'm almost 50. I don't need anybody to tell me what I can and can't do at this point, as long as it doesn't break work rules. And I'm by the way...
Well, I'm pretty sure drinking at work is against work rules.
No. I've done a shot with our bosses before here.
Okay.
We have a full bar in our office.
Shh.
If there is an event or some sort of potluck, I'll bring the drinks and stuff because I don't want to make the food. I'm not good at it. My wife's not that great at it.
Oh my gosh.
She's not. She
Don't
would say
say
that too.
publicly.
Do you remember there was a chili cook-off and our chili came in our score was so low that it wasn't my distance between the next score up. We were in last place. I didn't even tell my wife how badly we lost. She still to this day doesn't know. She thinks the chili was good. No, it was bad. So anyway, that's happening today. And they want us there because we're good company. We'll keep things fun. And then that got me wondering, like, who are you not excited to see at your Thanksgiving table this year? 704-570-9595. You can call us, you can text us, you can stay anonymous. But who is it that you're not excited to be around for Thanksgiving this year? Is there a relative? Is there somebody's girlfriend or boyfriend, partner that you don't like, you can't stand to be around? A racist uncle you don't like to be around? I always loved...
There's one in every family
really
that you're
is.
like, oh, God, I got to deal with Uncle Joe tonight.
Yeah. I always loved when our family got together because it was so loud. And I thrive in loudness and chaos. Like a lot of people don't. My wife shuts down. I know, men and women on the spectrum can't handle that it's just too much noise, overstimulation, but I love it. And when the whole family got together for Thanksgiving and everybody's yelling, I'm following all the conversations. I loved it. Who are you not excited to see at your Thanksgiving table? This is Sarah. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning.
Sarah, who are you not excited to see at Thanksgiving dinner?
My Aunt Wanda.
And what does Aunt Wanda do that just gets under everyone's skin?
Every Thanksgiving, she points out our weight fluctuation. It was so bad last year, she asked me if I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Aunt Wanda. Come on.
Sounds like my dad. Yeah. My dad asked somebody if she was having twins.
Yeah.
Exactly. He and Aunt Wanda would be perfect together. And they could sit there and shame everyone. I know. The older generation, no filter.
Like, that's when you just have to lean in and go get a bell. And every time Aunt Wanda says something, just go, shame, shame.
Beverly, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanksgiving's rolling up, Beverly, and we are not happy to be sitting at the table with everyone. Who's on that list for you?
For me, that's going to be my father outlaw.
Father outlaw.
I have to hear about every doctor's appointment, every ailment.
Oh.
If it's sunny outside, I'm driving the sun's in my face.
He's one of those.
If it's raining, it's wet and dreary.
Mm-hmm. Doom and gloom. Very Eeyore.
It ain't partly sunny. It's partly cloudy.
Yeah.
My cup's not half full. It's half empty.
Yeah.
Always.
Will he complain about the food, or is it everything around the food?
Just everything around the food.
Yeah.
Everything else about his life. I don't want to hear it.
Sit away from him this year, Beverly.
At least he don't point out my weight. I don't like that.
Right?
Yeah. Are you pregnant?
Could be worse.
Beverly, start thinking about where you want to sit opposite from him at the table, okay? Come up with a game plan.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Thank you.
Happy
Y'all
Thanksgiving.
Do a great job.
Thanks, Beverly.
We
Much
love
love. We are having our meeting after the show yesterday, and we were looking through text messages because y'all give us some good inspiration for content. And one of the things that we noticed in our post-show meeting yesterday was there's a lot of first-time texters who are just now starting to listen to the Maney and Loren morning show, which is crazy because I've been in the Charlotte market for 12 years. I worked with another show for a little while, and then Loren jumped on board, and we've been working together 10 years now here in Charlotte. And then it's going to be in February of next year. It'll be 1 year of us being on in Augusta and Fayetteville. Yep. So we welcome new listeners in those cities. And there's talk about the show maybe even growing a little more, which would be nice. But our home-based cities are always our favorite cities. And we got a text message from somebody. And she said she was a long-time listener here in Charlotte. And she used to listen to another morning show, which was part of the Maney and Loren show family. They're another Beasley station, the company that owns us. And she's like, I just one day flipped over and heard you guys talking. And she's like, now I'm hooked. She couldn't remember exactly what it was that caught her attention. But she said we were dying laughing at something. And she's like, Loren's laugh is so funny. And, Maney and Loren, you guys are just like brother and sister who, set each other up perfectly. And she's like, it just is enjoyable to listen to.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we love that.
We're like a mold. We'll grow on you.
Exactly. Or grandma's bad stuffing. After maybe 3 bites, you'll be into it.
Yeah.
But it got us wondering if we can ask you, kind of selfishly, just for our own purposes. And it's good to hear, like, what got you listening? Do you remember the first time you listened to the Maney and the Ren morning show? And what was it that got you listening, and maybe you told somebody about the show? Was it like one of our benchmarks, we call it, like War of the Roses, Date 'em or Dump 'em?
Should she
Forgive and forget?
leave them for me, please?
And people don't like to leave them for me, please. They say it's like a train wreck.
Yeah, I know. Messing with mom. That's my favorite thing that we do.
I know, that's a good one. Maybe you won tickets from us for the first time because you were just listening and you won. But jump on the phone and call and let us know, what was it that you remembered that was the moment that you go, okay, this is my morning show. Like Maney and Loren, this is the show. As we come up on year's end, it's just good to kind of have this knowledge and take a little temperature of the people who listen to the show. You know, people in Augusta and Fayetteville, we know you're all new, and every single listener who listens to the Maney and Loren morning show, we appreciate. Like our first ratings book, they call it, Loren, in Augusta was huge.
Yeah, it was really good.
Which is so great. We appreciate that. And people here in Charlotte who have been listening for a long time, what got you hooked? Let's say good morning to Anonymous. Doesn't want to give his name. I don't blame you. Go ahead, man. What got you hooked on the show? Hello, Anonymous?
Yes.
What got you hooked on the show?
The truck I bought was stuck on this radio station.
So you're stuck with us, literally.
How long have you had the truck?
3 years.
Oh, okay.
That's great. Well, thanks for not fixing it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Go ahead.
I love it, man. So you started listening. You probably didn't love everything at first, and you're like, oh, I got no choice. And then at least you got stuck on a good station, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so. It comes on. It goes in and out every now and then.
All right.
That's okay.
All right. We appreciate you checking us out.
We're like an arranged marriage.
That's funny. Hi, Tammy.
Hi.
What got you hooked on the show?
I was listening to a previous station for quite a few years, and one of the radio hosts was really political, and it was bringing me down every morning. Like, I need pumped up for work, not political stuff in the morning. And I switched to you guys, and it took a couple mornings to get in rhythm with you, but now I feel like we're family.
Yeah.
I've even called a couple times.
I love it.
Yeah, we love when you share your stories. The audience. That's what somebody texted in. Somebody texted and said, "There's not anything in particular. I just love how we're all one big fam. You guys call it the ML fam, and it really is that."
And we try not to talk politics here, right? Like, this is a safe space for everybody, and we understand that some people are struggling, and we get it. But that's kind of why this space stays its safe place.
Yep.
It's a feel-good place.
Yes.
That's what it is.
We appreciate that, Tammy.
Through my day.
So what got you listening to the show? This is Megan. Hi, Megan.
Hello.
All right, Megan, go
How
ahead.
are you?
What got you listening? We're good. We're just curious about how you ended up here.
So I was listening to another station in Charlotte for a long time, Bob and Sherry, which I still love them, but they were playing reruns one day, and I switched to y'all because I wanted to listen to live radio, and I have not ever switched back. That was about 6 years ago.
Oh my gosh. I love you. I love you. And we love Bob and Sherry too.
I love you guys too.
Yeah, Bob and Sherry are part of our family as well. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. But I love y'all, and I feel like I know you guys to the point where it would probably creep you out if I saw you in public, thinking we know each other and we're besties. But
oh, that's awesome. That's what we do. And thanks, Megan. When people come up to us and they're like, oh, my God, like I was at that party a couple weeks ago, and that one person who was at the party, she's like 23. She works uptown, and she had no idea I lived in her neighborhood. This was a neighborhood party. And she like fangirled. And all my other neighbors who know me and know what I do, they were like, oh, my God, that's just so weird to see somebody who knows you from the radio. Like, we know you as our neighbor, and we listen to the radio, but you were our neighbor first. And this person, and I go, I'm not a celebrity. I'm nobody. You know what I mean? Like, we're just friends who chat with each other on the way to work. That's how we feel, Loren and I. And that's how we get paid, too, by the way. Hi, Lacey.
hi, good morning.
That was funny, Loren. I said we get paid like we're not celebrities.
Yeah, right.
That's a good joke. Lacey, what got you listening to the show?
So it started out with Ace and TJ when I was a kid. I'm only 28, but my mom was listening to Ace and TJ, so I have been there through all the transitions to where it was Maney, Roy, and Loren, and it's Maney and Loren morning show, and now my 10-year-old is hooked, and he is so excited when he hears War of the Roses because he can't wait. He's like, I know they're going to get caught, Mom.
Yeah. I love that it's generational.
Yeah, generational is really cool. And a lot of people are texting saying that they love Roy and they miss Roy.
Yeah.
We appreciate you sticking with us because we know the show sounds different without our buddy Roy. You know, we still love him. We still talk to him. He was here.
Yeah, we just went to lunch with him.
He was here last week and we told a story about how he came by. No, I'm not going to give you the answers, Loren.
Oh, stop.
You know the rules. You have to get out of the studio.
I will leave the studio.
Are the microphones on? I had no idea.
Yes, they are.
You're playing a first-timer who said they were a little nervous to play. They didn't expect us to pick up the phone.
All right, Jessica and Emily, welcome to the Maney and Loren Morning Show.
Hi.
Hi, don't be nervous.
Okay.
Listen, this is just like the baseline. You can always call back, play again. This is just setting the tone.
Okay, perfect.
All right?
Don't worry about the thousands of people listening to you right now. They don't care
Don't
what
scare
They
her.
don't care what answers you give. They're not going to yell at the radio. All right, throw Loren out of the studio, you guys.
All right, Loren, get out of the studio.
I'm going.
Good. Holler out by Jessica. Loren's heading out of the studio. She's going to go in the hallway. She can't hear these questions. The door closes. There's the doors closing. And here we go. Question number 1. The president of this football team said in a recent interview that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are indeed in an authentic relationship, even though there's rumors out there that it's all set up by the NFL. What team loves her so much and she loves back?
What team? The Chiefs?
All right. Justin Bieber's wife took to socials and thinks her hubby should be ranked higher than number 8 on the Billboard Top Artist list. Do you know who Justin Bieber's wife is?
Haley Bieber?
Question number 3. This chef and homemaker and NBC contributor pardoned her turkeys because she's hosting a vegan Thanksgiving this year.
That is, what's her name?
3, 2.
Martha Stewart?
Question 4. This actor and wrestler was dressed in full Maui gear as he's filming a live-action Moana.
The Rock?
And question 5. Paramount's Tulsa King is all but set for 2 more seasons. It stars this Rocky actor as a mobster living in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Can you repeat that question one more time?
Yeah, Paramount's Tulsa King, the show, the Tulsa King, is all set for 2 more seasons, according to reports. It stars this Rocky actor as a mobster who lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Sylvester Stallone?
Come on in, Loren. Yeah. Jessica got all 5 correct.
Oh, go, girl.
She came with it. Her and
Get
Emily.
it.
Nothing
right.
to be ashamed about. Good job, first timers. Here we go. Loren, you know the deal. If you get to 65 wins, I won't tell you if you got any right or wrong until the end.
Okay.
The president of this football team said in a recent interview that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are indeed in an authentic relationship, even though there's rumors out there that the NFL has put them together.
No.
What team loves her so much and she loves back?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Justin Bieber's wife took to socials and thinks her hubby should be ranked higher than number 8 on the Billboard Top Artist list. Who is that?
His name or her name?
Her name.
Haley
I already
Baldwin Bieber.
said his name.
Sorry. Clearly, I listened to the whole question.
This chef and homemaker, plus she's an NBC contributor, pardoned her turkeys because she's hosting a vegan Thanksgiving this year.
Cute. Martha Stewart?
And what actor / wrestler was dressed in full Maui gear as he's filming a live-action Moana?
The Rock.
And Paramount's Tulsa King is all but set for 2 more seasons. It stars this Rocky actor as a mobster in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Sylvester Stallone.
How do you think you did?
Good.
You do?
Yeah.
You got all 5 right as well. And as you know, ties stay with the house, Jessica and Emily, but great job.
Thank you.
Awesome job. See, you almost psyched yourself out. You know what we want to hear before we let you go, though?
We're Jessica and Emily, and we can't beat Loren, but we can tie her.
You sure can. Have a great day.
AMC movie theaters say they're going to play a little thing before the movie. If you saw it already, we know it's out.
Yeah, a bunch of killjoys over there.
So AMC says don't sing along. they're actually going to do a sing-along version of the movie that you can go to and sing with the everybody in the theater, but that's not going to be until Christmas week.
That's too long. I don't want to wait until Christmas to see the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. It was a Glicked weekend, by the way, with Gladiator and Wicked.
Uh-huh. And you know what? I don't want to necessarily like get up and perform and like belt it out, but I'm not mad at the people around me if they want to.
Popular. I want to be popular.
See, but as y'all did that, I imagine myself being in the movie theater and being like, can I not just hear Cynthia and Ariana do that solo?
I did not come here to see you, ma'am.
Yeah. You know what the best is? You go, wait a minute, who sings this song? And you go, Ariana Grande. And they go, yeah, leave it that way. Well, according to a new poll on movie theater etiquette, they found the worst things that you can do at the movie theater. So with the holidays coming and some time off, a lot of people are going to be heading to the movie theaters. Don't do the following. Don't yell at a stranger because they are doing something rude. Don't not move your legs for someone who's trying to get out of your aisle.
Yeah, you could just let them through.
Clear your way. Don't eat and drink loudly, chewing popcorn really loud.
You know what? Now I gotta hush because I would tear some popcorn up. And don't let me have a slushie.
Or a bottle of champagne. I mean, that's what I heard. Don't look at me.
Sounds like a lion's over there feasting on a meal. Don't bring your dog unless it's a service animal. Who's bringing dogs that aren't service animals?
I've done it.
What?
I used to take Woofer in the bag to the movie theater.
Your little lap dog, you would put in the bag and sneak your freaking dog into the movie theater?
I would put him in my purse if, like, I was going to be gone for hours or all day. I would just take the dog with me. He was little.
Unless we're going to see Beverly Hills Chihuahua, I do not want to see another dog in the theater.
But Woofer was so good. He would just lay in the bag and you'd never even know he was there.
Yeah, so why bring him?
Because he needed to be, like, with me. I was his emotional support human.
Did he like the movies?
Yeah, he loved it. It was dark. He could take a nap.
Don't put your feet up in the seat in front of you, even if there's nobody there. I'm guilty of that.
I did that too.
I put my feet there.
Especially if there's a bar there.
Don't yell out anything that's going to happen if you see the movie ahead of time. Don't take a phone call. It's okay to check your phone and see if there's a text message, but don't be on your phone longer than 30 seconds inside a dark movie theater, they say. Don't leave trash behind. Take your trash with you when you leave. I'm good at that. I do pick up my area. Let's see. Oh, someone says that you shouldn't FaceTime during the movie.
No, yeah, FaceTime is a bit much.
And that's worse than taking a phone call.
That's a bit much.
I don't know. To me, it sounds more understandable if you FaceTimed somebody to show them the movie with you than it would be to take your dog in a bag to the movie.
Stop.
You know, like if I wanted to go see a movie and Loren couldn't go, I'd FaceTime with her and she could be at the theater with me.
No,
I think that's illegal, by the way.
Yeah, if we're going to be illegal, then all sins is the same. Like,
you got to pay for a ticket.
2 is our vent line. People are venting about all sorts of different stuff. Let's see what vents we got this week on the vent line, y'all. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so something that really gets on my nerves is like, why is it that like almost every coworker that I work with asks me to like look at something we're in the bathroom? So I am not joking. So I'll go into the bathroom and they're like, can you look at this thing on my butt? I was like, I don't want to look at your butt. I work with you. And they're like, no, just look at it. And I'm like, I am not a doctor. You should be going to a butt doctor, whatever they're called, to look at it. And it's like, where did you...
Is there a specific butt doctor? I mean...
Is that a proctologist? I don't
right?
know.
Yeah, but the proctologist is on the inside. I mean, you might need a dermatologist.
I have never heard that word before. A proctologist?
Is that wrong?
No, you're right.
I'm right? Okay.
Oh,
No, I just don't know that word.
Yeah, you need the proctologist. You're too young now, but when you turn 40, you need the proctologist to make sure there's no colon cancer. That's what they do.
What that is.
Yeah, but a dermatologist, if you have a pimple on your butt, that's a dermatologist. The proctologist goes past that. All right.
You get this? And then she was like, well, I was doing this with my boyfriend. I'm like, why are you telling me this? Too much information. It drives me insane. I am not a frigging doctor. Go to the doctor, is all I say.
Who's the coworker here at the station that gives everybody TMI, would you say?
Probably me or you. No, it's actually you.
Yeah,
What?
it's definitely you, Maney. It's
I'm attacked.
Actually, it's you.
No, listen, it's not an attack. You asked. We gave you the
That's
answer.
the answer.
Let's see what else is going on the vent line.
Oh my God, the thing that I just need to vent about is there's bike lanes where I live, and I can understand if there's a pack of cyclists, like 10 cyclists, that they have to take up the car lane. But at rush hour, 2 cyclists next to each other just taking up the entire road,
boy.
and we're backed up,
Ooh.
and they have a bike lane? Oh,
I feel
get
it.
out of the way. Get in your lane.
Okay. I don't really understand, like, how everybody decides that reply all is okay.
Ugh.
Like, I don't like
Me
opening up
too.
my email and seeing like 45 emails about like, hey, did you see the new animal in the garden? Or hey, it's like drives me crazy. Like, did you vote on this? I don't understand why I have to be involved in everything that like my job is doing. If you want some answer from me, ask me directly. Don't ask the whole team, or ask the whole team, but reply individually.
Somebody at the radio station. Did you know where I'm going with this?
I
maybe.
do.
Okay.
I do.
Somebody replied all to an email that came out in June about Power 98's No Limit Larry in the Morning Madhouse.
No
They did
way.
a 48-hour broadcast or 24-hour broadcast.
28.
Oh, 28. Thank you, Al.
You was close. I was like,
28-hour broadcast, right? And who was that? I didn't even recognize
he's on the
name.
promotions team.
Okay, so somebody on the
Yeah,
promotions
now,
team was
He
like,
only checks his email once every 6 months.
At 3 in the morning was crazy. I woke up. I said,
know.
why are you up?
I know. I go. I didn't even know the Madhouse was out. I thought this is something they did over the summer. And sure enough, I go back and look, and he's replying to an email from June 10th, 2024. Replied all to everybody.
so annoying.
And nobody said anything after that.
It was just like, okay.
Loren, you were out late last night. You were at Beat the Bomb. People wanted to know about that experience. You mentioned it earlier this morning.
Yes, like legit the most fun I've had in Charlotte in a long time.
You guys can go to Beat the Bomb, and Tom Loren and Maney sent you, even though I wasn't there. No, Tom Loren sent you because they're advertisers here on the radio station, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, like I was out until 11:30 last night. Like that doesn't happen unless I'm having a real good time.
But before you went out, you were having some fun with the kids in the house.
Yes, and here, my kids are little pranksters. They're little jokesters, and sometimes they just take the joke a little too far.
What'd they do?
So we were playing hide and seek, and when I hide, they like immediately find me, right? But when they hide, they play the long game, and they get like, I don't know, like in the back of a closet or under a bed. And it's the only time they're ever super silent. Okay?
I
It's
said, I
like-
got something for you.
No wonder why you're playing hide and seek all the time.
And I don't find them right away. Okay. So we were playing hide and seek yesterday, and we were having one of those moments where I found Cash and then I couldn't find Jackson. And Jackson loves a long game. He loves to be a prankster. He loves to be a jokester. He loves to do anything he's not supposed to be doing.
Sweet. He sounds like he's going to be a good street kid for us in the future.
Yes, probably. And
Future Moonlander.
I have these little doors like in my closet that open to I don't know what you call it. It's not the attic, but it's like a
yeah,
little.
it is like the attic, but
Yeah.
it's not the main attic. It's,
Right.
Yeah. The roof is right above you.
Yes. So he somehow got under, like behind my clothes in the door and was in that part of the attic. And I'm going, it's been like 25 minutes and I cannot find him.
Oh my
and I'm like,
gosh.
did this cat go outside? Because now I'm kind of freaking out.
Full search for 25 minutes?
25 minutes. And like, it was like a fun search for like the first 15. And I'm
Yeah.
like, where's Jackson?
Yeah.
You know,
But, call in the bloodhounds.
I started to panic around 20 minutes and I'm walking around the house going, Jackson Joseph, I need you to say I'm here. If you are in the house, I need you, because I think you ran away. And if you haven't run away, you're going to be in big trouble when I find you if you can hear me and you're not answering me.
I love it.
See what parenting is all about, Big
I
Al?
love it.
Yeah.
Y'all can have it. It seems so like fun on the outside looking in. That's why I love being an uncle, because you can like send the kids back.
Give them back.
Yeah.
If Big Al was there, he'd be like, look, y'all find Jax, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Okay, see y'all.
So does he come out or do you eventually find
I
him?
hear
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, at least I know he's in the house. So now
he's
I can
still playing after all that time.
And he plays the long game.
He's competitive.
I love it. I would have turned it into Marco Polo.
That's a good idea. That's actually a really good idea.
You know what we do? I have a daughter, Ruby. She's 6, and her friends are just her. I'll hold Cora, my boxer, and we'll be upstairs, and I'll hold her, and she'll go hide, and we play hide and seek with her. And I'll go,
that's
Cora,
a good idea.
go find Ruby.
Go get
and
Ruby.
she goes into every room. She'll come back into a room, but ultimately, I don't know, like 4 out of 6 times she'll find her, and
Just
Ruby
making it
starts.
happen.
And it's good for the dog. She loves the stimulation. Ruby loves getting found by the dog.
Oh, that's awesome.
So Jack's won.
Yeah.
Which leads us to our next question. Who out there had somebody play the super long game in hide and seek? I mean, who out there hid for maybe an hour or 2 hours? Come on, you can't stay that long, right?
I don't know.
30 minutes is a long time in hide and seek.
Jackson.
I would love to hear from anyone who hid for a super long time in hide and seek. Somebody texted in and said they were playing hide and seek with their kids, and they felt so bad they left on their 4-wheeler. And they drove off, and they came back 2 hours later, and they were like, hey, you didn't find me.
Oh, my gosh.
And the kids were still looking after 2 hours. They must live on like a farm in the outer somewhere. Carly, good morning.
Morning.
Carly, you play hide and seek with your kids?
Yeah, I play hide and seek with my 7-year-old son, and I hide in the closet and eat my snacks and tea.
How long would you say your game of hide and seek goes on?
Until he starts having a panic attack because he can't find mommy. So
Okay.
normally probably like maybe 2 hours.
Oh my God, 2 hours?
That's good me time, girl. I love that.
You gotta do sometimes, especially being a single parent.
At some point after 2 hours, hide and seek stops being hide and seek and it starts becoming, like Big Al said, just mama time.
I love that. That's good me time. You
I
can just
would've-
mind your business, eat your snacks like you said. I love it.
I would have forgotten that we were even playing the game after 2 hours.
You know,
Yeah.
vibing. I was like,
Game changer. Put your earbuds in and watch your show while you're doing it.
Oh, that's
Pro tip from Carly and the closet.
Oh, that's so funny. Thank you. Call it hide and seek, but really, it's mama time.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the calls. Oh, one more text message. Someone said,
neat.
Someone said that they played hide and seek with their 2 kids, and they forgot that one kid wasn't there. They thought they were playing, but they forgot that they were at a friend's house, and
Oh
they
my
sat there
gosh.
looking for the one child who wasn't even in the house anymore.